Joining Anne Williams on the study tour will be Southern Region winner Craig Reynolds. Craig's come a long way professionally and personally to win a place on the Way We Were study tour.
When I left school, I didn't go out very much, and so I just basically worked on the farm. I was quite happy just working on the farm. I've got an auntie that lives in Melbourne that didn't think this was a very good idea for a young fella in the country. She said, "I'll never meet a girl in the paddock."
What Craig's auntie hadn't counted on was this girl.
I went to uni in Queensland and did botany, and then I did honours in plant science, and then I got a job in Cobram with the Department of Ag down here.
One of her first jobs was to come out to one of my fields and take some leaf samples, and that's where I met her.
Boy meets girl, and we have a winner, a Way We Were winner. And later this year he'll be off on an international study tour visiting some of the world's leading agricultural research facilities. But to get there, it's taken more than hitching up with the right girl.
We sat down together when we started the business and wrote a business plan, and and that was a 5-year plan, and looking at where we want to get to, and we sit down with that plan once a month and talk through what we're doing for it, and where we're going and what opportunities there are.
13 years after proving you can meet a girl in a paddock, sorry auntie, Craig and Helen Reynolds have taken their grain operation at Congupna in Victoria from 300 to 795 hectares and achieved a 10-fold increase in turnover.
It's been such a phenomenal change, and really a very, very productive change, the way they operate with some of their double cropping and some of the different uses of both summer and winter crops interacting with each other.
No wonder GRDC was impressed by the competition entry, and the changes they've made are impressive given where they've come from.
When we were growing more summer crops in the 90s, our paddocks would just be left fallow in the winter, and all the rainfall would run off.
Previously there'd been a reliance on irrigation, and their annual rainfall of 445 mils was simply undervalued. Not anymore.
We aim to completely crop the property in winter to take advantage of our winter rainfall, and if there's an opportunity to, we'll summer crop as well.
Their regular rotation is wheat, canola, barley, oat and hay and clover for hay and seed. Maize is the backup crop over summer if they get the opportunity.
Our soil types are clay loam, and if you over-cultivate it, it becomes very poor and structured and very low water holding capacity. So direct drilling and controlled traffic and stubble retention has improved our water holding capacity. I'd say it would have nearly doubled.
Well, I think Helen and Craig are the absolute epitome of the early adopters. They'll do trials themselves on their place to see if there's an advantage in changing their operations, and I think that really is their key to their success.
Successful they've been, and they're willing to admit that the help they've received along the way has significantly contributed to their success.
I think the GRDC materials made a huge difference, the research and development, but particularly the extension work that they've done.
It's been great in the last few years since the National Variety Trial has been set up by the GRDC. I found that of great use to select new varieties.
Like the winners from the northern and western regions, Craig Reynolds is excited about his coming study tour, if for no other reason than as a reminder of another overseas trip he made.
On our honeymoon we went to Canada for a trip, and that was sort of part of this controlled traffic direct drilling systems, and I've spent the last 7 years implementing what I saw on that trip, so I'm hoping that I could spend the next 7 years implementing what I see on this trip into my farming system.
What a romantic. Perhaps he'd better take Helen as well.